Okay, here we're going to look at scribblemaps.com. This is a map website builder. It uses Google Maps and you can customize it the way you want. So we're going to begin. This is the main page of Scribble Maps. Here you can see you can create your own map now, and you can click on that. You don't have to have a username or password to create a map. Alright, so here you see the main page of your map. You have this pop-up menu that appears when you create a map, but you can see video tutorials, you can know about the program, but we're going to just exit out of that. We're going to design a map. First I'll show you the different settings for this program. You have your menu, which gives you a place where you can save your map. You can save it, you can export it, you can print it and save it as a JPEG. You can also share it on Facebook. We won't need to do that now. But you have your pointer, you have your eraser, your paint bucket, your scribble, where you draw lines. You also have a straight draw line. You can draw rectangles and circles. You can also label with text, as well as you put place markers, add an image. You can also get directions from place to place. And it's also, this toolbar is mainly like Google Maps, where you can zoom in and zoom out. You can move your map just by clicking and holding down and moving it. Kind of to show what Scribble Maps has, we're going to design a map. Let me zoom in. So we're looking at northern New Jersey. I'll scroll over so you can see our menu. We're going to, first we'll make a place mark. We'll add a place mark. And it gives you a menu, all different place marks you can use, as well as different symbols, arrows. We're going to stick with the traditional place mark, which is just an A. I'm going to put a place mark right where Ramapo College is here. And as you see, a drop-down menu comes out, and I can label this Ramapo College. Oops. And you can add a description. I don't necessarily want to add a description, but then you save it. And I'm going to make directions, so I'll have an A and a B place mark. B will be our Giant Stadium, which is right. It's around here. Giants Stadium, and I'll save that. And that'll be it for place marks. So whenever you want to get out of, see I'm still in place mark, I still have a B here. Whenever you want to get out of that, you go back to your select, your pointer key. And that'll get you out of that. Let me zoom back in to where we're working. And you can also move the screen this way with these arrows. So alright, I'm zoomed back in. Now I want to get directions or find the roads that I'll be taking from place to place. So I can use a straight line arrow to connect straight lines. And as you see, when you hover over it, it will connect your existing line to a new line. And you grab it and drag it. You can also use this scribble arrow, which is easier when you need to make when you're not using straight lines, when you need to make corners. So I can I'm holding down on the mouse, and I'm just dragging, kind of what roads it looks like are the best fit to get there. So that I use the Scribble. I can also add text to this. If I say I want to label this on the map, Giant Stadium, I'll save that. So now I'm going to go back to my pointer so I get out of the text. And I can move this wherever I like, but since Giant Stadium's down here, I'll put it right here. Alright, so that's good there. And now I can also add a picture. So I'll add an image. I'll add an image of Giant Stadium. So I'll go over here to where I have an image of Giant Stadium. I'll copy this URL. I just simply paste the URL into where you upload the link. I'll scale it with the map, and then you just add to the map and click where you want to put it, and it imports the image right on top of the map. So now I have an image of Giant Stadium with my directions. I can also come here to directions. This makes it much easier, so I can compare what this Google Maps wants me to do for directions to what I just kind of scribbled on there. So I go Ramapo College, of New Jersey, and I'm going to go to the Meadowlands Sports Complex, and I click this to find, and it's loading my directions. Let me zoom out so we get the whole picture. Alright, I'll go back to my pointer. So as we see, it wants us to go a different way. That's fine. So now you can see my line and this line. It also tells you how far you're going, 24.1 miles. It's about 32 minutes. Now if we're happy with our map and we want to print it or export it, we go to the menu. We could print the map this way, and it'll just we can print it. It'll put it on a page, so we can just print out the page. We could also save it as a JPEG, or also save it. And this map ID is generated by Scribble Maps. Each person making a map has a different map ID, so you can keep that, and you can directions to Giants Stadium and a little description from Ramapo College. And when you continuously work on the map, you can auto save it, so it saves every 5 minutes. And you also need a password when you make a map. Then you can save that. And here you have your saved map. This is your map ID. That's what Google or Scribble Maps gives you. And your map link. So save this, and whenever you click on this, it'll bring up your map. And then a direct link where you can also save and work on this later. So this is a good site where you don't have to have a username and password. You don't have to log in, but you can just create a map right on Google Maps, and use it and print it out whenever you need.